Hey friends, it's Sammy back with another episode of The Daily Dash. That's right, it's everything you need to know from around the world and in my life, straight from my car dashboard to yours. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Let me tell you what you need to know so you're in the know around the water cooler and in Carline today. Okay, lots of news from the weekend since we were off yesterday. Prince Harry finally spoke out saying he had no other choice but to do what he did to kind of remove himself from service and the Royal Highness Majesty. Yeah. The Australian bushfires are still raging, took center stage at the Australian Open, which started yesterday. Coco Gauff beat Venus Williams in the first round, just like she did in Wimbledon. Just crazy. So excited that the tennis is still going on and actually bringing some more attention to that cause there. What else is happening? There's a new deadly virus in China that they are monitoring. The SAG Awards were handed out this weekend. The biggest deal seems to be that winners Brad Pitt and Jennifer Anniston had a moment backstage, and now everyone is assuming that they are getting back together. Not sure if that's going to happen. Football was a big story this weekend. Unfortunately, our Titans did not advance, so it's going to be the Chiefs and 49ers in the Super Bowl. It's also National Hugging Day, so give yourself or someone that you know a hug. Okay, that's it for the news. If you missed any of that, you can find it below. Of course, you can find me at @TheSammyCone on Twitter and Instagram, SammyCone.com, and on YouTube. While you're there, appreciate a little heart, a thumbs up, any of those things. It helps keep this conversation going and keeps the Daily Dash appearing in your newsfeed. I have a little thing. I usually never use notes when I come to you. Obviously, I'm live from my dashboard. It's raw, unfiltered, unedited. It's how I live my life. But I had some thoughts that I really wanted to share, and I think it might be better if I read them so that I communicate it all clearly. So I'm going to do that today. I know the title that I put on here, Why Some People Hate Christians, or Why People Hate Christians, is a charged one. But let me just say this. Yes, I love Jesus. No, I did not grow up that way. Yes, I go to church. No, I don't subscribe to organized religion. Yes, I am always learning. And no, I have not figured everything out. But I have had way too many conversations this week and where I have seen and heard people that claim to be Christians doing some pretty cringeworthy things, especially when it comes to children. And so I know that whatever faith you ascribe to, we're all still ultimately human beings. But when you profess, often loudly, to live by a certain code, that automatically puts you under more scrutiny. Unfortunately, people seem quick to point out what they don't agree with in others, but then hope others don't point out their own faults. I've said before that the easiest sin for us to judge is the one that we don't struggle with. So if you're not overweight, it's easy to point out people that are overweight. If you don't smoke, it's easy to criticize people who smoke. You get where I'm going. Likewise, it's also much easier to try to fix others instead of focusing on living our own best life. I believe in living an honest, consistent, and transparent life. I believe in following the commands of Jesus to love God and to love others like ourselves. I believe in defending the orphans, the widows, the homeless, the poor, refugees. And I believe that without law, there would be no order. However, I don't know why our world is the way it is, but I do know that if we ever hope to make a difference in our world, we must first start by serving the world immediately surrounding us in our homes, our neighborhoods, and our communities, by being willing to engage in difficult conversations with both those we love and those we disagree with. Then, and only then, can we learn what unites us instead of focusing on what divides us. So go and love, my friends. That's my little soapbox. Like I said, I've heard from a lot of people that have either stepped out of the church, don't want to be a part of the church, don't understand why people that claim to be Christians are do things the way they do, or are hurting kids the way they're hurting. And I get it. And I don't understand why, regardless of what faith we are, regardless of where we live, regardless of the color of our skin, why we can't seek to have a conversation before we seek to, even though I'm doing this on social media, before we seek to criticize on social media. So in honor of National Hugging Day, my prayer for us is that we go in love. But I should add to that we go and listen. Listen more than we speak. Just read it in James this morning. We should be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. And I just think that's the best advice that any of us can have right now. Seek to have a conversation. Ask questions with sincerity and honesty and vulnerability. We don't all have to agree with each other, but if we don't listen, we will never learn. So that is my thought for today. I would love to hear in a respectful way what you have to say. I don't hear me wrong, I'm not saying that if we just love, everything will be okay. No, I believe in the law. We're all citizens, whether or not we agree or disagree with our leaders. There has to be order, but there also has to be love, and it has to start with us. So that's what I have for you today. I pray that you have a great day wherever you are. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.